Hey everybody, this is Janine Warrow, and I'm really excited to take a few minutes today to show you something fun from close to my heart, and it's something new they haven't done before. They have something called the Color of the Year, and that's just brand new with our last idea book. And basically what they've done is they've taken a color that's very today, it's very trendy. You're gonna see this color in fashion, in art, you're gonna see it in crafting, and it's just something that's everywhere. And so we have this beautiful color, it's called Seaglass, and it's that gorgeous mint green that you see literally everywhere. You probably have some of this color in your wardrobe right now. So I want to take a few minutes to show you some of the fun things that you can get from close to my heart in this color. The first thing I'm going to show you is the stamp pad, and if you watched the video I posted last week, you saw all the ins and outs of how our stamp pads work. They are a magnetic closure, so they're easy to work with. This is a beautiful dye-based stamp pad. You can also get a package of cardstock in that same color of Seaglass. So this is a true 12 by 12 inch size. It's all acid-free, lignin-free, buffered, all the good stuff that you want with really beautiful, safe paper. So that's that. The next thing that you can get is actually a package of Seaglass glitter paper. So look at some of the shades of Seaglass that you get with that. And I hope you can see that really pretty shimmer when the light hits it. This is gorgeous to work with. My favorite is to put a little bit of black behind this when you're working, and it's so stunning. The next thing I'm going to show you is this really beautiful mini album. So this is a standard album size for like a planner, and you can actually buy planner insert pages for your 2017 calendar year. And be watching. I'm going to have all these order numbers up as we go, but let me open this so you can see what it looks like. The inside, it's very beautiful. It's got a nice lining, a really nice finish. It's got standard 3 rings, and you can put your planner pages right in as is, but you can also buy clear inserts. I should have grabbed some of those to put out, but you can buy clear inserts so you can slide in photos and just have photos to go with you. You can actually buy scrapbook pages that are pre-made in this size if you want really easy scrapbooking. So there's lots of cool things that you can do with this size. So this lovely, beautiful album slash planner is gorgeous. The last thing that I'm going to show you is this really cool stamp pad. Now this is a much different size than the bigger dye-based one. This is actually a pigment ink. Oh, funny, you can see I got it on my mat. So this is a pigment ink, and pigment ink is much, it's very vibrant, but it's also a really good permanent ink, and it also stays wet a lot longer. It's not a fast drying ink. So I'm going to show you some things I like to do with this. Let me show you one thing that I just stamped with this. I took a really pretty thank you stamp and I just stamped that and set it aside. It doesn't need long to dry, but it does. It's not an instant dry like dye based. So I'm going to do this same thing, but I'm going to show you how you can actually use this to emboss, which is one of my most favorite things in the whole world to do with pigment inks. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the same stamp pad that I just used previously, and I'm going to take the same stamp and I'm going to ink this up with this really pretty color of Seaglass Pigment Ink. Now this little guy is only $2.95, really inexpensive. I'm going to flip it over, I'm going to press it straight down and then lift it straight up so we have that really pretty design. But instead of waiting for it to dry, if you'll just go ahead and take some clear embossing powder, cover the whole thing. Feel free to be generous with it because we're going to shake back what we don't use and it's going to go right back into the container it came out of. So cover it up. Make sure all the sides get covered. Shake off the excess. Sometimes I like to flip it over and tap it. If you've got stray embossing powder you don't want, you can actually take a brush, just a regular paintbrush, and brush away the excess that you don't want. And then I'm going to take this extra powder and funnel it back into my container. Now here's the fun thing. I'm going to take a heat tool. This is something you can get from close to my heart, and it blows a really concentrated heat. And what it's going to do is melt that clear powder. And when the clear powder melts, you're going to see it get real shimmery, and that green is going to shine right through. So let me take just a second to do this and hope that you can watch it melt. So when I'm embossing, I usually like to start in one corner, and then I wait until I can see the colors start to melt a little bit. When it starts to get glossy, you see how the color's changing and it's getting dark in that corner. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. And then just really gradually move it around. You see a little bit of that shimmer. And we're just going to keep moving this until we heat up all of the edges and there's no loose powder anywhere. So now hopefully you can see when the light catches that it's really shimmery, but it's actually got a really nice raised finish. Like if you purchased really beautiful invitations that have the raised embossed lettering. That's what this is. And you can do that in any color, because this isn't the only pigment color that we have is this Seaglass. We have this small, like 1-inch size in every single color that we offer. So if you've got this plus just one thing of clear embossing powder, you can make it look like you've got an embossing powder color in every single one when you don't. All you need is the pigment ink and the clear embossing powder to create that. So hopefully that gives you a couple little tips. The last thing I'll do, just since I'm doing this to close off the video, is we're gonna clean this. I'm gonna take some of the spritz cleaner from Close to My Heart. You don't need much, just spritz a little bit on there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're gonna take our scrubber and we're just gonna rub this over the top, and you can see how it's lifting off that color. And if you really want to, you can kind of rinse it before you put it away, but you can see how it just gets nicely in all of the grooves to take out that ink. So if you haven't purchased anything in the new Sea Glass color, I would encourage you to go shop my website. It's janine.closetomyheart.com, and I would appreciate the order. And thank you so much. Bye-bye.